Good morning, riders. Today is Friday, March 1st, 2019. I'm Dominic Smith.
And I'm Ariana O'Brien. So we can tell that there are some students in our school that are just now learning how to drive.
And that's kind of scary. So here's some tips to help you guys out. Now for our weekly segments. Dining with Dom. Dining with Dom.
Good morning, Rider Country. I'm DeJohna Wynn here in March weather forecast. Today, it's 47 degrees with clouds and a little bit of rain. Going into next week, though, we start off with 40 degrees and plenty of sun. However, it will still be cold, so watch out for that. Tuesday, it goes back down to the 30s. Wednesday, it might be a possible chance of snow, so let's look out for that. Thursday, it will be sunny as well, and Friday, it will rain in the afternoon. And that's it. I'm DeJohna Wynn, and this has been the weather.
Dining with Dom. Dining with Dom.
Good morning, riders. This is Dining with Dom, bringing you your lunch menu for next week. Now, Monday we have oven fried chicken. Tuesday we have sweet and sour chicken. Wednesday we have beef taco. Thursday we have Cuban sandwich or Italian sausage. And Friday we have barbecue chicken. Thank you. This has been Dining with Dom.
If you live in a 3-story home and you're on the 2nd floor, are you upstairs or downstairs?
Good morning, riders. It's time for Motivational Moment with Kendall. Today's quote is by an anonymous source, but it's still powerful. It reads, "Success is the ability to go from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. We may be rejected, but don't let that get you down. Just keep pushing forward and you'll face success." This has been Motivational Moment with Kendall.
Thanks, everyone.
We all have our slip-ups and mistakes, and don't always get it right the first time. So let's take a look at our blooper reel.
Enjoy. McCray, and I'm looking at Ariana again.
And I'm DeJohna Wynn, and I'm looking at Ariana as well.
I'll be watching you. 18, my name is Chris McCray, and Ariana, leave me alone!
Did I?
Nelson, now last Thursday, okay, it was our annual holiday luncheon. Dang it. What a great tradition our school...
Guys!
No, I understand, dude.
FBI, open up! Will we get white Christmas? Give me white Christmas.
2018.
I want white Christmas.
No.
I want a white Christmas. Don't want that white Christmas.
Justin, I told you there's gonna be no white Christmas.
Don't you ever get in my face.
Want to see a magic trick?
I guess.
Tuesday. That will at least be in the 50s. No, I didn't mean to say that. It will.
Y'all ever want to buy y'all Dining with Dom merch, I got y'all, bro. If y'all really want it, I'm put it out there. All I'm saying, it might be like $100 a t-shirt. And then I can sell pants too if y'all want me. Y'all want pants? And socks? And hats?
I like the socks.
Can you hear him? I got y'all. If y'all really want it, I got y'all.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
Who doesn't like jumping into the ocean in 30-degree weather?
I don't like jumping into the ocean in 30-degree weather.
Nice work, Nate, Derek, and Joey.
Now let's cut to everyone's favorite weekly segment. Run it back.
Yeah, that pause was way too long. And I'm Justin Washington. And today is January 25th. Friday. We could have kept going.
Good morning, riders. This is Dining with Dom, bringing you. Good morning, riders. This is Dining with Dom, bringing you. This is Dining with Dom, bringing you.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the.
Let's see. I'm trying to find a good video to watch. Let's just get a recent one. Let's watch this. Let's see how they.
Digital stories for Black History Month throughout the week of February each month. What?
What?
Level 2, sorry, I'm sorry.
I think it's better that we use the paper. Esther?
And I'm Dejana Wynn. Let's go take a... So make sure you are subscribed to CRN News and make sure when they come out.
I love how we're like every other YouTuber, just saying, hey, make sure you're subscribed.
Destroy that like button.
If you like any of the CR good, yeah. Even though the holiday... God, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, everyone.
And we're starting.
What is that?
Thanks, Christian.
Well, that's all we have for this week. I'm Dominic Smith.
And I'm Ariane O'Brien.
And let's go Riders.
How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World is written and directed by Dean DeBlois, stars Jay Baruchel, and is based off the books of the same name. It is the third and final film in the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. This film follows Hiccup, now the chief of Berk, as he races to find the hidden dragon world before the brutal dragon hunter Grimmel. Welcome to Rider Reviews, this is Antonio Rivera. I'm a big fan of this series, and I've enjoyed both the first and the second one a lot. I love both of those films, and I had high expectations for this one, as DreamWorks has not dropped the ball yet. And I'm very happy to say that they still haven't with this one. The Hidden World is another great entry in the series, and a solid, satisfying conclusion to the story. Starting with positives, this movie is gorgeous to look at. There is so much beautiful, detailed animation, and the camera work is consistently unique and engaging, and I had a lot of fun just watching the movie and picking out all the different colors and the little details on the characters' faces and their hair, on the dragons, their scales. It was all really incredible stuff. I love the new additions to the character designs as well. It really feels like the characters have grown and matured into adulthood, and seeing them do so, especially characters I like so much, leaves a really great feeling. And there are a lot of really nice details in their designs that add to the overall world building and the growth of these characters, not only maturity-wise, but as characters and what they've been able to do, and what Hiccup has done for Berk as their new chief. There's a lot of really good visual world building with character designs and little details I noticed throughout. For example, the villains, or rather the minor villains of the film that Grimmel talks to sometimes, and we'll get to Grimmel soon. Their outfits reminded me of Mongolian conquerors, and Grimmel often refers to them as such, just scratch the Mongolian part. It was really neat to see those inspirations put into this film. Let's talk about the big bad villain of this film, Grimmel. I think he's a simplistic character. He does not have much depth, but I do find him more enjoyable than Drago was in the second film. Drago to me was just a big, burly, other Viking guy. He was kind of a boring villain. He was sort of menacing, but he just kind of screamed and waved his little thing around. And Grimmel feels mean. Grimmel is cold and calculated. He seems and feels like an actual threat to our heroes, especially considering some of his character's past that you learn about in the film. That adds some really good stakes. His sheer coldness and brutality really added a lot of tension to the film, and I was very happy about that. The rest of the characters are endearing as always, especially Hiccup and Toothless, and I felt that the challenges the writers put in front of them were good stepping stones for their characters and ended the series in a very nice, satisfying way. This movie's kind of emotional too. There were a lot of really great moments between characters that I've fell in love with over the past 9 years, and it felt really, really good to see. There are a lot of callbacks to the original, especially in the music, and it was just a rush of emotion and nostalgia. There's an awesome moment between Hiccup and Astrid when they're helping each other out during the climax. And John Powell, the composer, he brings back their theme from the first one when Astrid first wrote on Toothless. And it was just such a beautiful and well-executed moment. I was like, oh! I really don't know how much more I can praise the film, so I'll just move on to my minor criticisms. As I've said, Grimmel is a very simple villain. He doesn't have much motivation, and the motivation he has are fine. They're kind of boring. They're the same as Drago's, really. But other than that, he is a fun and adequate threat, but otherwise a very flat character. He also knows how to teleport. That's a joke, of course, but it does really feel like he's too elusive and too good at his job. It just was kind of odd how he snuck past all of the dragons and all of the scouts in all of Burke and ended up in Hiccup's house at one point in the film. There are just tiny little plot holes here and there regarding Grimmel, and it bothered me in the back of my head, but not enough to warrant me being upset. The music also didn't feel quite as strong as the first, and kind of has to rely on some of the older themes that I talked about coming back, which felt good, but it would have been nice to see some new blood breathe into this one. And that's it. I have nothing left to say. This movie was great. I loved it. You should go see it right now.